Hey everybody, what's up? So recently I was just able to watch the movie Krampus. Yeah, I know it's been out for a while, but there are just times when I can't watch movies. And unfortunately I also have to wait for them to come out on home video. And no, I don't torrent movies, anything like that, so no, not gonna happen. So when I watched the movie Krampus, I was particularly surprised by how well done it was. Given that this is from the same folks who brought us the movie Trick or Treat, Um, love that movie. That's funny. Um, I was kind of surprised by the direction this movie went, focused on. Well, it's kind of interesting though. Let me start. So the movie focuses on a particular family, most importantly, this young boy named Max, who, despite his age, still believes in Santa, writes letters to Santa. And his grandmother seems pretty much like she lives with the family. Um, she speaks German, but they'll speak English to her and she'll still reply in German. But she can't speak English. And apparently around the holidays, she always gets a little eccentric, if you will. And Max probably is the closest one that really relates to her in a way. Everybody else during the holidays, this is like, oh, gotta make the house perfect, gotta do this, gotta do that. So nobody's really focusing on the holiday itself. And basically what happens is Max does something to where he invokes the wrath of Krampus. Krampus, if you didn't know, is actually from certain European countries. Trying to remember everything, maybe from other regions as well, to where he's like this demonic looking creature that is basically the evil side of St. Nicholas, aka Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him. And Krampus pretty much comes to punish you. Um, if you've acted a certain way during the holidays, if you basically are in his wrath, then he will come for you. What happens is, it's all in the beginning of the movie, so it's nothing really major, is something happens to a letter to Santa. And that's when Krampus decides to come into town. Krampus is coming to get you. I don't know why that popped in my head like that. I'm going to try not to give away too much information. People really question Omi, the grandmother, um, because she seems to know what's going on, even though nobody else doesn't really. And one of the things that we see is, I think his name is Beth? I'd have to go back and check. Max's sister basically goes to go see her boyfriend, and she disappears. And then, along the way, other stuff starts happening. Especially they find out something really weird is going on when they go to look for Beth. The reason I mention this is because it is kind of I think really a plot device more than anything else. The interesting thing is, like, there's nobody else around. They mentioned that, yeah, some of their neighbors are on vacation, but it's pretty much like the whole area. Her boyfriend lives, what they say, about 3 or 4 blocks away from where they live, is deserted. There's basically there's plot devices that you see. They don't work right away into the movie until later on. Kind of a small spoiler, but I just want to make it clear that I think this is really interesting, but nothing that was touched on, and I really feel like it could have been, is when Max's father and uncle go to the boyfriend's house. One of the things that they find is like a gingerbread man impaled on the fridge, and then there's a crack running through their through the chimney. And Omi's always going, keep the chimney hot. It has to be hot. And you try to figure out what's going on. Like, basically, she's trying to keep something out of the house. And she is. But it doesn't work very well. So, something tries to go after Max's uncle. And his uncle is kind of like this gung-ho army, whatever type. Max's two cousins, Stevie and Jordan, act like boys, but it's hinted at this at the start, kind of towards the start, a little bit after the start of the movie. And as Max's sister points out, the girl's pee standing up, which I'm like going, okay, why is that important? But you find out more about him after that. She's even talking about finding human feces in her bed. I'm like, oh, that's just nasty. So the movie keeps going until the point where this stuff really hits the fan. And I mean, it really hits the fan in a big way. Omi finally reveals the truth at some point in the movie, what's going on. And some people don't believe it, some do. It's one of those different movies. I really like the costumes the most of the elves, of Krampus. It seems like there's very little CGI in this movie, which is really a great thing. Some of it seems more practical effects than other stuff. Even like a couple of the of Krampus's helpers don't really come across as CGI. They really come across more as practical effects, which to me that was great. If they were CGI, could have fooled me. I really loved the work they did on the elves the most. Just to see the masks and everything else, it was so beautiful and well done. Now then, if you haven't seen the movie so far and you want to see it, go ahead and stop right here. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Because if you keep going, this is going to be part of the movie I'm going to discuss. Basically, this is one of the things that confuses me throughout the movie, and I'm hoping somebody might be able to shed some light on it. I know that the movie ended like it was like a dream, and we see the snow globes. The thing that really confused me the most was, what happened to the tow truck driver? What happened to the other people in the area? Because my understanding was that primarily Krampus was only coming for Max's family and nothing else. It's like this weird thing because the whole idea behind the snow globe is confusing, because basically when Max looks out his window, you see the neighborhood, and it's a weird ending with things basically not making sense, because Krampus is supposed to take you to the underworld, but trapping you in a snow globe, that doesn't make sense to me. Especially because they're going to realize, they know that what happened to them happened. You wonder, do they live forever in these snow globes? Things like that. I'm going to try to read the Krampus book that was done by the creators of the movie, but I just want to know if anybody had any explanation, any theories why this happened. But that is the real ending of this video. So one thing I really want to say, it is a really great movie. Thank you to Horror Squad, especially. I had thought about watching Krampus, and after seeing your video about the monsters in there, I definitely had to watch it. So thank you guys very much for getting me to watch the movie. I will definitely talk to y'all later. Take care. Bye.